Hello children, welcome back to this session of solving the board question paper of class 10th, and we were supposed to start with section B. So see children, the first question goes like this. In this given figure, AB and CD are the tangents. So you can see AB and CD are the tangents to the circle centered at O. Is angle BAC equal to angle DCA? And if it is so, then you need to give the explanation for, right? So I need to show this angle BAC equal to angle DAC, and in order to show this, I will have to connect the radius OA and the radius OC, collectively calling them radii. So OA and OC will be equal to each other, as you know the radii are all equal for a given circle, and therefore this angle by isosceles triangle property, angles opposite to equal sides are also equal. So let me name these angles as x and x, right? You already know that these two angles, each of them measures 90 degree. Why? The reason is very simple. Since radius is perpendicular, this is the radius and it is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact A. Similarly, CD is the tangent and it is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact C. So now try to understand this angle which I am marking here. Just see, I will be using a different color. Right from the tangent till the base AC, this angle is made up of a 90 degree angle and an x, right? Again this angle right from the tangent from in between CD, this line segment towards AC, this angle is again 90 plus x. Therefore you can see from the figure itself 90 plus x on both the sides. Therefore angle BAC is equal to angle DAC, right? So the proof was simple. You will write like this only, you should have written like this only, that 90 plus x is equals to 90 plus x on that side. Therefore both the equations are same and both of them they will be called by the different names, but the angles are equal, right? So we are done with this page. Let us get rid of it. Okay, now see what the next question has for us. Question number 22. In what ratio is the line segment joining the points 3, minus 5 and minus 1, 6? So there is a line segment that joins the point A whose coordinates are 3, minus 5 and B whose coordinates are minus 1, 6. Now this line segment is divided by a line in certain ratio that we are supposed to find. Divided by the line, which line it is? It is an extraordinary line where all the x are equal to y or y equal to x. So this equation of the line is given to you. Every point on this line will have got x and y coordinates equal, right? अगर मान लेते हैं यहाँ पे कोई पॉइंट है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट अस से द पॉइंट इज 0, 0 origin, you can see x is equals to y because this line this line x equals to y passes through the center as well. ये सेंटर से भी पास होती है, राइट? तो ये पॉइंट जो है यहाँ पे, दिस पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन हेयर चिल्ड्रन, दिस पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन लाइन पे भी होगा और ये लाइन सेगमेंट पे भी होगा, राइट? वाई नॉट टू नेम दिस एज P? If it is P, then its coordinates will be x, y, but x is equals to y. Therefore you can write x, x or y, y. Both have got the same meaning, right? Now going by the section formula, I may write the coordinates of point P as, if this is m, that is n, you need to go on the other side, right? mx2, that is m into minus 1 plus n into 3 nx1 that side upon m plus n, comma. Similarly, the process has to be followed for the ordinates of both the points, of both the coordinates. Therefore, we will write m by 2 m by 2, that is m into 6 plus n into minus 5 upon m plus n. And in fact, this expression will be equal to the coordinates of the point of intersection of the line with the line segment, right, which I have mentioned above. दोनों ही points पे हैं तो दोनों ही ordered pairs equal होंगे, right? So I will write this further as minus m plus 3n upon m plus n, comma 6m minus 5n upon m plus n, and it will be equated to p x comma x, right? Both are x, that is I can write the abscissa of point p as m plus n equal to x, और x बराबर है 6m minus 5n upon m plus n, right? So you can see these two terms in the denominators, they are getting cancelled out. Therefore I can write, so minus m minus 6m, that will be minus 7n, and minus 8n. So m over n, that is your k is m upon n, right? K is मान के भी इसको हम कर सकते थे, we could have assumed k is to 1, you would have got the same answer nevertheless. So the ratio is 8 by 7. So this is the answer. So let us move towards the next question now. Wipe it out. See, question number, same question but a different part. We has attained the answer of the first part. Now we will do the choice. A, B and C are the vertices of a triangle ABC. तो हमें एक triangle दिया हुआ है और उसकी vertices दी हुई. So A, B and C. The vertices of A are 3, 0, B are 6, 4, C are minus 1, 3, right? So we need to find the length of its median BE. So what a median does, children, the median starts from a vertex and it goes till it reaches the opposite side such that it divides the opposite side into two equal halves. So I will start the journey of this median, producing the median from B, and it will only stop after it intersects AC opposite side at E such that AE is equal to CE, right? And the coordinates of E can be obtained by using the midpoint formula from the internal division of a line segment when the two ratios are equal, right? When the two shares of the ratio are equal, sorry. जब दोनों शेयर इक्वल होते हैं m/m या 1/1 हो जाता है, तो फॉर्मूला होता है x1 plus x2 by 2, that is 3 minus 1, right? तो 2 by 2 comma 0 plus 3 by 2, that is 3 by 2. Further, on improving this solution, I may write this as, इसको थोड़ा सा improve करके लिख देते हैं 1, 3 by 2, right? So it will be, the coordinates of E are 1, 3 by 2. Now we have to find the length of the median BE. So median की length will be obtained by the distance formula, and the coordinates of B are these and the coordinates of E are these. So therefore we will be utilizing that distance formula, 6 minus 1 का square plus 4 minus 3 by 2 का square. So BE will be written as 5 का square 25, right? And 8 minus 5, you can do 8 minus 5, or it is 2.5. Sorry, 8 minus 3, that is 2.5, 5 by 2, whatever you wish you can do. So it will be 5 by 2 का square. So 25 plus 25 by 4. By taking the LCM further, children, I may write this as 100 plus 125, that will be 125 by 4. is equals to 5 root 5 upon 2. So, this is what we have obtained here, units, right. Explain why. 23rd question can be done here on the, though we have some little space. If I can do this, the first one, the second will follow the footsteps of the first one. So, we need to show that each one of them, इनमें से हर एक नंबर एक कंपोजिट नंबर है, ऐसा हमें करना है. So, we need to show, to prove that 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is a composite number. और कंपोजिट नंबर क्या होता है चिल्ड्रन? कंपोजिट नंबर एक ऐसा नंबर होता है जिसको हम दो अलग नंबर्स, टू डिफरेंट नंबर्स के प्रोडक्ट की फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं, एक्सेप्ट वन and the composite number itself. For example, let us say 66 is a composite number. Why? We can write 66 as, like we write a prime number, 1 into itself, but I have other means to write 66 as, or I may write 66 as, right. So, I have different ways to write 66 in the form of the product of two numbers except one and itself. So, we need to follow the same methodology to do this question and see how are we going to do it. So, we will start by taking 13 common from both the terms. You can see the two terms I have highlighted. So, 7 into 11 is left and 1 is left. So, 13 into 78, right. So, whatever this number is, you do not have to calculate, children. Whatever this number this is, let us say this is y. So, y, though we can write y as 1 into y like a prime number, but it can also be written as 13 into 78. This shows that the number y is composite, or the expression that you were given with is composite. So, we have done these. Let us move towards the 24th question. And if you see, children, 24, that is the replica of the choice given to you in the 22nd question, right. The vertices of triangle ABC are this, this and that. Find the length of the median BD. So, 24th question कुछ ऐसे होना चाहिए. Vertices are given to you, ABC. Find the length of the median BD. So, BD, where BD, what BD would do? BD is a median. Like in that case, you had BE as median, तो यहाँ पे BD है, तो difference नहीं आया, E की जगह D हो गया बस ये. There is no some significant difference here. So, minus 2 comma 4, B is 4 comma 3 and C is 1 comma minus 6. And what are the coordinates of D? Yet to be found, because D is the midpoint and the coordinates of midpoint are given by the internal section formula when the two shares of the ratios are equal. So, minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1 by 2, right, minus 1 by 2. And comma 4 plus 6, it is minus 6 actually. So, be very careful. So, minus 2 by 2, that is minus 1. So, we can find the length of the median BD by using the distance formula. So, under root of 4 and a half का square हो जाएगा ये, plus 3 plus 1 का square हो जाएगा ये. So, 4 and a half का square, you can take the LCM, whatever you may do, it is acceptable. 4 2 ज़ा पहले square नहीं करना इसका यहाँ पे, तो it will be 9 by 2 का square plus 16, right. So, BD is equals to 81 upon 4 plus 16, that gives you 81 plus 64 upon 4. So BD is equals to under root of 4 plus 1 5 and 8 plus 6 14, 145 by 4. So it is root 145 by 2, and we need to see whether this can be broken down further. I can split 145 as 5 2s are, and then 14 and 5 9s are. So there is no other factor which may come out of under root of 145 other than 5 and 29, right? So 145 cannot be broken down into several prime factors. So it will remain as it is, root 145 by 2. Okay. So let us continue with some other question. This was over. Question number 25, part 1. We need to evaluate, children, 2 sine square 30 degrees sec 60 degrees plus tan square 60 degrees. So we know, children, it is a very simple concept. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, so 1 by 4 it will be, right. Sec 60 is the reciprocal of cos 60, and cos 60 is 1 by 2, so reciprocal of 1 by 2 is 2, and tan 60 is root 3, so tan square 60 is 3. So all the 2's and 4's will cancel each other out. So 1 plus 3 will give you 4, right. So this is the right option, part A. The choice is, let me just move the page above. You are given that 2 sine A plus B is root 3 and cos A minus B is root 1. Now you are supposed to find the measurement of A plus B and AB and A and B. So I can write this, the first expression, as sin A plus B as root 3 by 2. The second expression cos A minus B, and you know that at which degree between 0 to 90 cosine gives you 1, and that is 0 degrees. Similarly, sine gives you a root 3 by 2 between 0 and 90 at 60 degrees. So cos 60, and here cos A minus B is a cos 0 degree. So I may compare the angles A plus B. Do not cancel out. Sorry, it is not cos here. Actually, it is sine. By mistake, I would have written here. This is not cos, that is sine, right? Sine 60. So most of the children, they cancel out sine with sine. This is wrong. You are comparing the angles now at which both the sine ratios are giving you the same value, that is root 3 by 2. So that is a sine 60 here. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So A plus B, after comparing the angles, children, I will get that as 60, and A minus B equal to 0, or I can write A equal to B. So A is 30 and so is B, right? Sorry, 30, because both are equal and their sum is 60. So we got the second option's answer as well. Now see which question lies next. We need to show, children, that in this figure angle BAQ is 30 degree. It is given to us. This is the fact given to us. I quickly have seen that to show, we have to show that BP is equals to BQ. तो BP को हमें BQ के equal बताना है, and we can do this if we can show that angle Q, that is the one which I am shading. Indirectly we have to show that angle BQP is equals to angle BPQ. This is what you are supposed to show, because if you can show this, children, then by using the isosceles triangle angle property, you can show that the sides opposite to the equal angles are equal, and therefore BP will be equal to BQ. So for this children, we will have to do some construction here. I have to join a OQ, but before joining OQ, remember that this angle is a 90-degree angle, because this is the angle in a semicircle, right? So angle in a semicircle is a right angle. We learned this concept in class 9th. So I may write that angle AQB is a 90-degree angle in a semicircle, right? Now what I was planning, children, I was planning to connect O with Q, right? I was planning to connect O with Q. So after connecting O with Q, OQ is the radius, OB is the radius, and since this angle was 90, so 90 plus 30 is 120. So this turns out to be a 60-degree angle. And if this is 60, children, angles opposite to equal side, this angle, let me zoom in. This angle will also be 60 degrees, angles opposite to these two sides, and the remainder of the three angles, the third angle will be a 60-degree angle, obviously. So triangle OQB is equilateral, right? And this shows that all the three sides OQ, OB and BQ are equal to each other. One more thing, children, we know from the concepts of chapter circle, that this angle, the angle between the radius and the tangent, is a 90-degree angle. So if I subtract 60 degree from this 90 degree, I may get this angle which I want, that is BQP, right? So angle BQP is equals to 90 degree minus a 60 degree angle. You know this 60 degree angle which recently I have highlighted. So this turns out to be, this one turns out to be a 30 degree angle, right? And by linear pair, children, what is the measurement of this angle? This is 120. So if this is 120, that is 30, that is bounded, this angle is bounded to be a 30 degree angle. And by doing all the stuff which I have done here, angle BPQ comes out to be a 30 degree angle, and since BQP is equals to BPQ, that is what we were supposed to show. If I take this away and bring you closer to what have I written here. So BPQ and BQP were supposed to be shown equal, and we have got them equal here, BQP and BPQ. You can see here, right? दिख रहा है यहाँ पे equal आ चुके हैं. तो by from above two equations, I can clearly say that BP is equals to, show that BP is equals to BQ. BP is equals to BQ. That is what we were supposed to show. See, so angles opposite to equal sides, right? और sides opposite to equal angles. इसका use किया हमने. We have shown these two sides equal by using the property that these are opposite to two equal angles, right? So this is done now. Let us move towards the optional part of this question by getting rid of all of them. Okay, ABCD is a quadrilateral here, and you can clearly see that children, we are supposed to show that angle AOB, this angle, plus angle COD, that angle is supplementary. That is, their sum is supplementary, their sum gives you 180 degrees. It is quite simple, children. It is directly from your NCERT, and in this question, what you are supposed to do is join, drop this radius on this tangent 90 degree, you know, right? Another radius is dropped on the tangent at the point of contact. Another radius is dropped on the tangent at the point of contact. One more radius is dropped on the tangent AD at the point of contact H. So, all these four are 90 degree angles, because by the theorem number first of the chapter circles, the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, always at the point of contact, right? ये हमें पता है. Now, what are you supposed to show? If you label these triangles as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and sorry, not it is too light, 7 and 8. So, why have I named the each pairwise? Why have I named them? They are colored pairwise because somewhere down the line I know that these two angles are equal, because triangle AHO, this is the vertex O, AHO is congruent to triangle AEO, right, by triple S, because this side is equal to that side, as the lengths of the tangents from external point are equal. AO is a common side and HO is equal to EO radii, right. By SSS these two triangles are congruent, and then by CPCT you can show that these two angles, these ones, now I will be clearing the air, these two angles, angle 1 will be equal to 2. Similarly, angle 3 will be equal to 4, angle 5 will be equal to 6, angle 7 will be equal to 8, right. The way you did with 1 and 2, the same manner, in the same manner it will go for the remaining pairs of angles. So, this was E, F, G and H. All these angles were of 90 degrees each. So, by CPCT, angle 1 is equals to angle 2. Similarly, I can say that angle 3 is equals to angle 4, angle 5 is equals to angle 6 and angle 7 is equals to angle 8. And if I add all the angles, children, I know that the sum of these 8 angles will give you 360 degrees, because angles around a point, they add up to give you 360 degrees, right. So, but what do we need in the bottom? We have to be very precise and accurate. Somewhere down the line I want this to happen, only then I will get the marks, right. This is the intention. So, I need to get AOB. AOB means 2 and 3 and COD means 6 and 7, right. So, I do not want 4, 5, 1 and 8 in my picture. I do not want 4, 5, 1 and 8 in my picture. So, what will I do? In place of 1 I will write 2, because 1 is equals to 2. So, there is a 2 again. So, twice of angle 2 it will be. In place of 4 I will write 3, because 3 is equals to 4. So, twice of angle of 3. In place of 5, children, I can write 6, because 5 is equal to 6. So, I will have twice of 6, and similarly I will have finally ultimately twice of 7, and that all will be equal to 360 degrees. 2 is common, then I can make the pairs of 2 and 3 with 6 and 7 that too will go and divide 360 to give you 180. So now what is 2 plus 3 children? You see 2 plus 3 is AOB, and what is 6 plus 7? That is COD. From the figure you can see that angle 6 plus angle 7 is COD, the one which I am highlighting here, and it is 180 degrees, right. So this is the question which directly came from your NCERT, right. Let us see this 27th question, children. In a test, the marks obtained by 100 students out of 50 are given to you. So the marks obtained by these children are as follows. We will make certain columns 0 to 10. Ten to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, right. And then these are the classes we have here. Frequency is mentioned here. Frequency is 12, 23, 34, 25 and 6. So these are the data values which are given to you, children, and see what next is to be done. We need to find the mean marks of a child. So for the mean marks, you need to be smart enough to calculate the class mark for each one of these classes, that is the lower limit plus upper limit ka average mean. So 0 plus 10 by 2 is 5, 10 plus 20 by 2, 30 by 2, 15, and once you get the pattern you can follow the footsteps as I have been telling you, and 45. Though multiplying is a bit lengthier, or you can say a hectic task here, so we will use the method of assumed mean, which is also in your syllabus. For that we have to assume a mean, and that should be the median of this list xi, because you break the list into two equal halves. The first half you get the negative values, and the second half you get the positive but equal values as the first half, as the values of the first half. जैसे ही फर्स्ट हाफ की वैल्यूज़ आती हैं तो इक्वल एंड अपोजिट सेकेंड हाफ की वैल्यू आ जाती हैं, इसलिए कोशिश की जाती है कि जितना बीचों बीच हो सके हम अज्यूम मीन को ले पाएँ, राइट, ले सकें. तो let us calculate the deviations of each of these. 5 minus 25, which is minus 20, 15 minus 25 minus 10, 0, 35 plus, and then so now it is easier for us to do again by one more important good method, that is step deviation method. You can see there is a step size over here 10, एक 10 common factor है यहाँ पे, which can be easily eliminated, though it can make the calculations much more easier, but still we can manage by writing FIDI now, right. So FIDI has to be written now. So what is FIDI? 12 twos are 240, but that is in negative. 23 tens is 230, but that is in negative. 34 zeros is 0. You multiply the column values in the frequency column with the values in the deviations column. So 25 tens is 250, but it is positive now, and 6 into 20 it is 120 positive now. So the summation of frequencies multiplied by the deviation is minus 470 plus 370, that is minus 100. Now you write the formula for mean as x bar is equals to A plus summation of FIDI upon summation of all the frequencies, and it is given to you, children, that the sum is 100, but it is important for us to check whether actually we are getting the sum as 100 of these frequencies or not. हमने देख लेना चाहिए एक बार ये. So 12 plus 23 is 35 plus 34 69 plus 6 75 and 25 100. Good. So assumed mean was 25, sum of the frequencies is and 100, 1. So 25 minus 1. So mean was quite clear, children. The mean is 24, right? Let us do the next question now. Let me get back the same page. Three consecutive integers are such that the sum of the square of second and the product of the other two is 161, and you need to find the three integers, right? Now let us continue with question number 28. If the sum of the three consecutive integers are such that the sum of the square of the second and the product of the other two is 161. So you can assume the three consecutive integers as x, x plus 1 and x plus 2. The sum of the square of the second with the product of the remaining two numbers is 161, right? So you can open the square. X square plus 2x plus 1 plus x square plus 2x will give you 161. So it is 2x square plus 4x plus 1 is equals to 161. So eventually you will get 4x minus 160 equal to 0. So x square plus 2x minus 80 is equals to 0. You can take a 2 common and you can put it to the right hand side. It will be eliminated as it will divide 0, and 0 by anything is 0. So now you can do it by splitting the term middle term method. I can see the split term as 10x minus 8x minus 80. So x plus 10 is a common are the common terms when x is taken out common, and 8 again x plus 10. So x is either a 8 or a minus 10. There are two values. So when x is 8, case number 1, children, then x plus 1 is 9 and x plus 2 is 10. You can verify that square of 9 plus 8 into 10 is 161. When x is minus 10, then x plus 1 is minus 9 and x plus 2 is minus 8. So again the square of the middle term with the product adding the sum with, that is summation, with the product of the two numbers, the two remaining numbers, that is minus 10 and minus 8 is 80. Again it is 161. So both the cases they are right and the answer is right. So let us get rid of it. There could be one more way, children, to do this question that recently struck my mind. It could make your work easier. It could have made your work easier. You can assume the three consecutive integers in this manner, because x minus 1, if you add 1 to it, consecutive numbers they differ by 1 always. So x minus 1 plus 1 is x, x plus 1 is x plus 1. राइट. सो ये तीनों भी एक ही सीरीज़ में आते हैं, एक के बाद एक आते हैं. ये प्लस 1 करने पर आता है और इसमें भी प्लस 1 करने पर ये आता है. ठीक है. तो दीज थ्री अगेन आर कॉन्जिक्यूटिव नंबर्स. सो नाउ इफ़ यू डिड इट लाइक दिस, एक्स स्क्वायर ऑफ द मिडल टर्म एडेड टू द product of the remaining two terms, see how quickly 161 is the result. You would have got x square minus 1 is equals to 161. So 2 times of x square is equals to 162. So x square is 81. So x is plus minus 9. Again case 1, when x is 9, then you can see the numbers are 9 minus 1, 8, 9 and 10, right. Again you can see the same sequence of numbers we have got 8, 9, 10. Case second, when x is minus 9, so minus 9 minus 1, minus 10, minus 9 and minus 8. So square of the middle one, 81 or 80, that is 161 again. So both these way of doing the things are correct, but this is much more easier because it reduces your labor here, right. Let us do children question number 29th part 1. If the sum of the first m terms of an AP is same as the sum of its first n terms, sum of the first m terms is same as the sum of the first n terms, that is m by 2 2a plus m minus 1 into d is equals to n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So you can cancel out these two 2's and then you can take the constant natural number m inside plus m square minus m d, and over there also it will be 2an plus n square minus n d. Now you can rearrange the terms, 2am minus 2an, and over there it will be n square minus n minus m square plus m d, and again 2a can be taken out common. So m minus n is equals to, I can rearrange these terms by taking a negative sign common. Why am I doing it? You will come to know. तो जो पॉजिटिव है वो नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, जो नेगेटिव है वो पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा. So this is how I will arrange. The reason is very simple. I want the square of m with square of n subtracted from square of m, because in future, in the near future, I am doing a plus b and a minus b, right, because I want to cancel out this factor. ये cancel करना है मुझे यहाँ पर. Again I can take out a negative sign common, so it will be m minus n d. So now I can see children, this m minus n, m minus n, m minus n will be extracted from all the terms and will be deducted. जैसा कि यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, माइनस बचा और m प्लस n माइनस 1 बचा यहाँ पर ब्रैकेट्स में d. So this is a very important observation. Let us save it for the future use. Then show that the sum of its first m plus n terms is 0. What are you supposed to show? To show that the sum of first m plus n terms is 0. That is, how can you write the sum of the first m plus n terms? ऐसे लिख सकते हैं इसको, 2a plus m plus n minus 1 d, right? और ये हमें 0 बताना है. So m plus n by 2 2a ब्रैकेट्स में m plus n क्यों आया? क्योंकि इफ़ यू रिमेंबर द फॉर्मूला, जब सम होता है n टर्म्स का तो यहाँ पे n आता है, सम होता है m टर्म्स का, m फॉर मैंगो तो m आता है, और जब सम होगा m प्लस n टर्म्स का तो m प्लस n आएगा, राइट. बट आई वेंट अहेड, so I will go back in the timeline and then I have a substitute for 2a. If I can see here children, 2a can be written as minus m plus n minus 1 into d, followed by plus m plus n minus 1 into d. Now you can see this entire term will cancel out this entire term being equal and opposite, leaving you with m plus n by 2 into a 0, that means a 0. So we have shown it. So you can see, children, the paper is so far very simple, and these all questions, they are based on the concepts, right? There is an option here. Let us check out this option, what is special about it, because we have done a similar question here in an AP question 29th part B. The sum of the three consecutive, whenever you see consecutive terms, you can use this expression a minus d, then a plus d, right? Remember x minus 1, x and x plus 1, अभी हमने किया था three consecutive integers, same in the same manner, a is d ahead of a minus d and a plus d is d ahead of a, right? So these three terms are consecutive. a minus d के बाद a आता है, उसके बाद a plus d आता है. The sum of these three consecutive terms is 24. So इन सब का अगर हम यदि सम करते हैं चिल्ड्रन, सब का सम कर लिया हमने, तो इन सब का सम आता है 24. You can cancel out. So 3a is 24 and it gives you a as 3 8s, right? 8. And the sum of their squares, अब इनका स्क्वायर का भी सम करना है, तो इनका सबका स्क्वायर भी करना पड़ेगा, इन सबका स्क्वायर का भी सम करना है, and the sum of the squares gives you 194. So what is a minus d whole square? A square minus 2ad plus d square plus a square plus a square plus 2ad plus d square is 194. So you can cancel out 2ad with 2ad. So a square plus a square plus a square is 3a square. And how many d squares you have? 2 d squares you have. So a is 64, sorry 8, 64 होगा, 64 3 सा होता है 2 12 192 plus 2d square is 194. So 2d square is 2. So d is plus minus 1. So if d is plus minus 1, you are supposed to find the numbers, right? हमें numbers पता करने हैं. So let us wipe it out. D is plus minus 1, we can write d is plus minus 1. When d is plus 1, जब d plus 1 होगा तो क्या होगा? a minus d, a was 8 if you know, right? a 8 था, d था plus 1, तो a minus d, that is 8 minus 1, right? This is d. My hands are slipping off this stylus. So a minus d is 8 minus 1, that is 7. Then a is 8 and a plus d is 9, right? So you can verify, you will get the same result. When common difference is minus 1, so a minus d is 9, a is 8, right, and a plus d is 7. Again you got the number in reverse order, 7 8 9 9 8 7. The three numbers, they are same, the series is same but similar, but in both the cases you are getting the numbers in reverse, but they justify this observation that सबका sum करेंगे तो 24 आता है, 9 plus 8 it is 17 plus 7 is 24, 9 plus 8 17 and 17 plus 7 is 24, and सबका स्क्वायर का भी सम करते हैं चिल्ड्रन, तब भी हमारे पास कितना आएगा? 194 ही आएगा. So the result is justified, you do not have to do much here. Question number 30th. Prove that root 5 is an irrational number. Again, a very well stated question, directly came from NCERT. So on the contrary, you will assume that root 5 is a by b or p by q, where HCF of a and b is 1 and a and b are integers where b is not equal to 0. So there is no common factor between a and b other than 1. 1 के अलावा कुछ भी common नहीं है इन दोनों में. But after some time, children, you will see that you will get a as 5c after doing some steps and b as 5d. For example, just for the support, I am doing this question because this is a very well to do question and you must have done it quite good. तो यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे कि 5 एक और फैक्टर आ गया a और b का, which is unexpected and unwanted. Therefore, our assumption that a and b are co-prime, that is their SCF is 1, is wrong because you are getting 5 as the common factor again here. So ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, इसलिए जो हमने माना था कॉन्ट्रैरी करके, कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन करके, वो गलत होता है और हमें राइट पाथ पे जाना है. दैट इज़ कभी रूट 5 रैशनल नहीं था, it was always irrational. So it can be done. Now let us do question number 31 here. Sin to the power 6 theta plus cos to the power 6 theta is equal to 1 minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta. ऐसा शो करना है. So we will start from left hand side. So I can write that sin to the power 6 theta as sin square theta का cube, right, and this as cos square theta का cube. ऐसा लिख सकते हैं इसको बिल्कुल हम. तो by using the formula for a cube plus b cube, children, ये भी हम कर सकते हैं. तो I may apply a plus b a square, that is sin square theta का square plus cos square theta and minus ab, that is sin square theta cos square theta. Now you want sin square theta cos square theta माइनस में चाहिए, लेकिन 3 भी साथ में होना चाहिए इसके, राइट. तो what I will do here is, let us make adjust these two terms in a complete square by adding 2 sin square theta cos theta and subtracting 2 sin square cos theta from this term. So this will become 1. ये तो 1 हो जाएगा, मुझे नहीं लिखना चाहिए बार बार इसको. तो अब क्या होगा, यहाँ पर ये है sin square theta का स्क्वायर प्लस यहाँ पर ये है cos square theta का स्क्वायर. मैंने क्या बोला था, हम ऐड कर देंगे यहाँ पे 2 sin square theta cos square theta और सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे 2 sin square theta cos square theta, और पीछे ऑलरेडी एक चल रहा है sin square theta cos square theta. तो these 3 terms in the sequence will give you the square of sin square theta plus cos square theta, right. If you will expand this expression by using the identity a plus b whole square, तो तुम्हें यही मिलेगा, सबको ये मिलने वाला है. minus 2 minus 1, it is minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta. So eventually it comes out that this is equals to sin square theta cos. कैसे भी करेंगे children, adjustments, you will be making adjustments in this question. इसमें adjustments करने ही पड़ेंगे, right. So you have to do it anyhow. So this was all for today, and then we can see the remaining part of this paper later. Thank you children, and stay tuned for the further lessons. Thank you.